perhaps really, really offensive to me, Howard Storm, when I emailed your howardstorm.com website and asked you, why didn't you ask questions like who was Jack the Ripper? You never, ever, I asked you twice. I emailed you twice. You never, ever responded. You responded to my other questions on your website. What, did I hit a raw nerve? You can't fabricate an answer to satisfy me when I start asking real questions that hit home, that drive like a stake to the core of your experience? Why in the fuck didn't you ask Jesus any real questions that would have demonstrated that this was not, you were not forming answers out of your subconscious mind, that you would actually get answers from a consciousness outside of your consciousness? I'm pissed off because I so badly want to believe your story. I'm in your corner, Howard Storm, but you got to show me something real. I demand something real before I commit my life and everything I am to it. I'm not going to commit myself to something that isn't real. Fuck that. Right now, the realest thing I know is what I want, what I love, my dreams. What I want to love people. So long as in loving people, I love myself. And until I see something real, I will not change, you motherfucker. And you have absolutely no fucking excuse for having not asked Jesus any real questions, not just non-questions. You said it yourself. Here's your own words against you.
I asked all the questions that I could think of to ask, even making up questions just to perpetuate the fun of being with Jesus and these people, because it was like wonderful. I'm getting all this attention, I'm getting all this information.
Howard Storm, why didn't you ask Jesus any real questions? I think I know the answer to that. I think I can answer my own fucking question. And here's my theory of what happened. Human consciousness is like a computer. It has 3 parts. It has the desktop. That's all the icons you got on your screen. And you can open one. You can open the word processing. You can open a number of windows to access the internet, different internet sites at the same time. But if you open too many, your computer starts to slow down because the memory is being overloaded. And beneath the desktop memory is your hard drive. That is the equivalent of human subconsciousness. Everything. This is where the computer crunches numbers. And the desktop, neither the desktop nor the person using the computer is aware of what's going on down there. They just see the results of what is going on there when they open a window on the desktop. But even deeper than that is the computer chip itself, the CPU, the assembly language of the computer. This is what tells this is the zeros and ones of the computer. everything that the computer does is, whether it's the desktop or the hard drive, is regulated by these zeros and ones, and neither the user on the desktop nor even the hard drive itself has a clue of what is going on down that on the assembly language level of the computer, the zeros and ones. The near-death experience is created by the zeros and ones assembly language of human consciousness. And this creates their experience in the subconscious. Why do you think there's no, you can do 3 years worth of time in a moment of ordinary time? Because in the subconscious level, my granddaddy once told me, your subconscious mind is processing 10,000 thoughts every second. So in the near-death experience, your subconscious is having to take control because the conscious level is being compromised, is clinically dead. So you find yourself experiencing what you perceive as powers beyond the wildest imagination. And since your consciousness and subconsciousness have basically become one, you attribute this must be God, this must be something beyond me. But really what's happening is the assembly language zeros and ones of your personality is creating this experience. And when Howard Storm came back, somehow his subconscious knew, deep in the core of his subconscious, he knew that the assembly language of his, everything that he is a conscious person, fabricated, for lack of a better word, I can't think of the word, constructed this near-death experience in order to ease the subconscious and the conscious levels of the mind in the final oblivion at death. I find it interesting that Howard Storm in his book says after you exist for so long in the darkness without coming to God, you are annihilated. This is what he calls the lake of fire. This is his way of being told what's really happening is when you're dying, and it's terrifying. For some reason, your assembly language is not rising to the rescue to provide you with because whatever. If you do, what happens if oh fuck it, man. That however deep consciousness, deep within you, from the core of your assembly language consciousness, your super ego, super ego, I don't know what the fuck to call it. Maybe it kept you from asking such questions because it knew it would not be able to give you satisfactory answers to such questions. So in order to maintain the deception, to successfully deceive your conscious and your subconscious mind, But even still, it knew it fabricated the experience while your conscious and subconscious mind did not know. But this knowledge slowly filtered up into the subconscious, which led to it becoming an obsession with you to wonder whether your experience with Jesus and his angels was real or brought on by the trauma of a dying mind. Am I hitting the raw nerve, Howard Storm? Am I hitting the raw nerve? Like it says in the Bible, there is a way which seemeth right. There is a way which this goddamn stroke that I ought to kill myself. There is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. It says in the book of Proverbs. After that, it says, even in laughter the heart is sorrowful. So even in your joy, there's a disquietness, a storm deep inside of you, wondering if you're really making sense, or if this is all just a beautiful bullshit story. Notice in your book, My Descent into Death, you said it became an obsession with you to wonder whether your experience with Jesus and his angels was real or brought on by the trauma of a dying brain. So Howard Storm, your near-death experience is like a popping hot pepperoni pizza. But I look down at it, I'm about to dive in and start chowing down until I see a long, stringy, fucking black hair in the goddamn cheese. And I suddenly want to puke. Well, here's what you might do. I read your book, My Descent into Death, and you say absolutely nothing about asking Jesus what UFOs are. But I'm reading an interview on the internet. We years later, you say you asked Jesus about UFOs and were told they were up to no good. They were spirit beings, not actual intelligent life from other planets. Howard, why the fuck didn't you mention that in your book? It's like, as you continually retell your experience over the years, you add a few extra details over the past 30 years that were not included in your book. Just like the retelling of a drunken spree, 30 years later, it is a lot wilder than when it was told right after it actually happened. How would I want something real to believe in? But what I'm saying, Storm, believe it or not, I'm in your corner. I'm dying. I'm starved. I have starved to death to believe in a God, in Jesus and Holy Ghost. You love me unconditionally, infinitely, eternally, with a love that none of them can make either one of them stop loving me with. I'm just looking for evidence, looking for I want nothing more than to believe. But it's so good, too good to be true. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. You gotta prove it to me. Even if you can prove it to me 110%, but I'm still gonna have doubts. I'm sick and tired of this Christian God that I believe in today, who I believe does not really love me. He loved me according to his definition of love. Even still, archaeology, I'm seeing some distressing things that cause me to doubt even this God is real. I desperately want there to be life after death that goes on forever and ever 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 and ever. I want there to be something. But I want that something to love me. And Howard, I see three elements in your theology that really pissed me off. Number one, you say you were told in the video on YouTube, you said that the lake of fire meant annihilation. That after so long, even in your book, Not Descending to Death, you said after so long without seeking their way back to God, these souls would be annihilated. Well, hey, Howie, if hell does not last forever and ever and ever and ever and ever, how in the fuck do I know that heaven lasts forever and ever and ever? How do I know that after spending eternity with God, I won't eventually end up annihilated too? Huh? It's both or nothing, motherfucker. And you say in 200 years you were told by this Jesus that earth be a peaceful, loving place to live. I got to wait 200 years to see whether your theology is spot on or bullshit. That's fucked up, man. And you said that you were told the unpardonable sin is constructing religious traditions that demean other people. And Jesus said it's speaking against the Holy Spirit. Number one, the fact that there is an unpardonable sin at all makes me want to hate God. So, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter for me. I want to do just enough to get by, to get into heaven, while at the same time living it up as much as possible. Preferably living my dreams to the fullest and getting no reward in heaven. Because what do I care about being heavenly rewards when I can't have the one thing with God that I want? His unconditional, infinite love. So fuck you and fuck everybody and fuck the world and fuck. For me, love. I want to love others. As long as in loving others, I'm also loving myself. You can't love others if you don't love yourself. In other words, I don't want to love. When loving someone else means I have to start hating myself, fuck that. I'm not gonna love them. Do you get the fucking picture? Man. I can only laugh. This is so funny how fucked up everything is. I just gotta fucking laugh. I gotta get some delight out of this fucked up bullshit we call life and God and Christianity. And if I cannot be a good looking guy and have those longer forms that I so desperately want and look in my 20s and be a rapper, be seen by and to see shitloads of top-notch girls who know that I'm a good-looking guy, and get at least 1 to 3 songs in the top 10, I had no fucking purpose in living, and I may as well just go ahead and get it over with and fucking kill myself and find out if there is life after death or not. Because if I cannot have my 3 dreams, life is there is absolutely nothing God himself can give me to make me say life is worth living, it's wonderful to be alive. And I want the Jesus, your Jesus, the Jesus who loves me eternally, unconditionally, to be real, as opposed to God who loves himself more than he loves me. Jesus who loved his Father and himself more than he loves me. Fuck that shit!
The evidence from the Hebrew text to support this. No one referred to archaeological study.
So, this is the conclusion. We're all just a bunch of dumb fucking clucks, ever learning but never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. So fuck it, man. Don't waste your life on the fucking cause. Live for something to die for. Fuck that shit. You only come this way once. Live life to the maximum joy you can get. Love others as much as you can, so long as in loving them, you'll love yourself too, just as much. Fuck it, man. What's the fucking point? You give your life for a cause, whether a Christian or atheist. What's the fucking point? Because what if you're fucking wrong? What a fucking waste of a life you had. So fuck it, man. If it feels good, do it. Just have a good time. Because you live, you fucking die. Eat, drink, and be merry. Because tomorrow you fucking die. And then what? We don't fucking know. Neither Christian nor atheist. Nor agnostic. So fuck it, man. Fuck this shit. Fuck all goddamn fucking God fucking again. God fuck it.